You spend hours rehearsing the perfect argument in your head. You think if you just find the right words, they will finally understand your pain. But the one thing a narcissist absolutely cannot handle isn't your logic, and it isn't your anger. It's your indifference. We are conditioned to believe that defending ourselves means fighting back. We think that silence is submission, and that explaining our side is how we reclaim our dignity. But when you are dealing with a personality structure driven by a need for control and validation, speaking up is often exactly what keeps you trapped. And here's what nobody tells you. Your defense is their fuel. Today, we aren't talking about winning an argument. We are talking about something much more important: protecting your peace. We are exploring the power of indifference and a technique known as the gray rock method. Not as a game, but as a necessary shield for your nervous system when you can't physically leave the room. Think about how often you've been in a conversation where you felt like you were reading lines in a play you didn't audition for. You get upset, they get calm. You try to explain, they twist your words. You cry, and they look almost satisfied. Let me tell you what this behavior really is underneath all the psychology. It is a desperate need for regulation. In the context of narcissistic personality traits, your emotional reaction is known as supply. Whether you are praising them or screaming at them, you are mirroring their existence back to them. You are proving that they have the power to affect you. When you fight back, you are unknowingly participating in a cycle of dysregulation. You are handing over the keys to your emotional state. And yes, it feels unfair. You want justice. You want them to acknowledge what they did. But expecting a person with limited empathy to validate your feelings is like going to a hardware store looking for milk. You aren't just looking in the wrong place. You're looking for something they simply do not stock. Now imagine being the person who never lets that reaction happen. This is where the gray rock method comes in. The concept is simple, but executing it requires immense internal discipline. To gray rock someone means to become as uninteresting and unreactive as a pebble on the ground. You don't ignore them because the silent treatment is aggressive and aggression is a reaction. Instead, you become boring. You offer brief, factual, non-emotional responses. Okay, I see. That's an interesting perspective. You remove the drama. You remove the detail. You stop jading, justifying, arguing, defending, or explaining. But here's the part nobody tells you. This feels incredibly unnatural at first. Your brain is wired to defend your reality. When someone accuses you of something you didn't do, your pulse races. Your nervous system screams, correct them. But you have to override that instinct. You have to realize that your silence isn't submission. It is a boundary. You are keeping your energy for yourself. And this is where it gets interesting. When you stop providing supply, when you stop reacting to the prods and the insults, things will likely change, but not in the way you might hope. In psychology, there is a concept called an extinction burst. When a behavior no longer yields the expected reward, the subject doesn't just stop, they try harder. If you press a button on a vending machine and your snack doesn't fall, you don't walk away immediately. You press it again, harder, faster. When you start using indifference, a narcissistic individual may escalate. They might try new buttons. They might bring up old traumas. They're looking for that spark of emotion they're used to getting from you. Recognize this for what it is. It's not proof that you are failing. It's proof that the dynamic is shifting. You are disrupting the cycle. You are reclaiming your agency by refusing to be an actor in their crisis. You aren't being cold. You aren't being cruel. You are simply closing the door to a room where you were never safe to begin with. You are taking that energy you used to spend on fixing them, and you are using it to heal yourself. If this hit home, drop a comment. Let me know if you've had to use silence as a shield and what it's protecting you from. Hit subscribe if you want more psychology that doesn't sugarcoat the uncomfortable truths. And if someone ever makes you feel guilty for protecting your peace, send them this. Maybe they'll finally understand.